Madisonville's 50th anniversary celebration. I realize some of you just got your food, so feel free to eat and enjoy it. If you need to get up and get some more, we will not be offended. We are honored that you chose to spend the evening with us. I would like to acknowledge some distinguished guests who are joining us tonight. If you'd please stand when your name is called. The Honorable Jack Whitfield, Hopkins County Judge Executive. He doesn't want to stand. Okay, there he goes. The Honorable Kevin Cotton, Mayor of City of Madisonville. And these are two ladies that are a part of the General Federation of Women's Clubs. They're some officers. We're glad they've joined us. Teresa Smith, GFWC Kentucky President-elect. And Rochelle James, GFWC Kentucky 3rd District Governor. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. So how did all of this begin? That's the big question. There was a group of 55 ladies who made up the charter of the Women's Club of Madisonville in May of 1969. We won't talk about how that was before I was born. We have 2 of those charter members still in our club today, though over the past 50 years, faces have changed and the club has evolved, but the purpose remains the same: to promote friendship among the members, to take an active part in social welfare, civic, cultural, and educational advancement of the community, and to participate in the work of the Kentucky and General Federation of Women's Clubs. We do this by hosting 2 fundraisers: our tremendous Christmas auction every November and our holiday tour of homes every other December. These fundraisers give us an opportunity to give back to the community in the form of donations, as well as support the work we do in our 6 service areas, which are art, education, conservation, home life, international outreach, and public issues. You'll hear more about these service areas later in our program. One of the things I love most about our organization is that we truly find ways to support all facets of our community. Over the years, the women in our group have focused on education and arts and advocacy of children. But later, through the years, you'll see the focus isn't just on women and children, but has expanded to organizations and programs for all walks of life. I feel honored to be counted among this long-standing group of women in our community. Thank you and congratulations for your tireless efforts to make our community a better place and ultimately leaving a legacy behind for our children and grandchildren. Thank you for being here tonight.
My name is Ree Ashby, and I'm the corresponding secretary this term. And I just wanted to also welcome you. I want you to be sure to look at the back of your program for the list of past presidents of the Women's Club of Madisonville. And right now, please join me in recognizing the past presidents who are in attendance this evening. When your name is called, please come forward to Gretchen, and please stay up here as Jenna will take a picture. First, we have Miss Faye Florida, who is president from 1972 to 74, and then again 1978 to 1980. Then we have Miss Susan Whitlich, who is president from 1980 to 1982. Miss June Johnson from 1992 to 1994. Mrs. Connie Wells from 1994 to 1996. Mrs. Trish Knoll from 1996 to 98, and then again in 2004 to 2006. Miss Karen Elliott from 1998 to 2000. Mrs. Barbie Hunt from 2000 to 2002. Miss Debbie Myers from 2006 to 2008. Mrs. Donna Travis from 2008 to 2010. Shayna Brown from 2012 to 2014. Mrs. Donna Vaughn from 2016 to 2018. And currently serving as club president, Mrs. Gretchen Butler, 2018 to 2020. Y'all scoot together. She's going to take a picture, and let's have one more round of applause for these past presidents.
I now have the honor to recognize our charter members. Tonight we have Ms. Faye Florida. And Susan Wagner.
Good evening. As you have heard, the Women's Club of Madisonville serves 6 community service programs, but by far the longest running support and implementation of a particular program would have to be the Arts Community Service Program. Those ladies back in 1969 hit the ground running with projects and activities. Beginning in 1970, the ladies sponsored a Fine Arts Week, which was held several years, gaining interest and participation each year. In fact, the week grew to a Fine Arts Month. And during 1975 Fine Arts Month, the Women's Club of Madisonville introduced Story Hour at the public library. I would venture to say that some of you were readers for that story hour, and I bet there were some of you who were listeners to that story hour as well. Ms. Liz Powell, a charter member of the club, I know many of you would remember Liz Powell, stated in an article in the Messenger at the club's 5th anniversary celebration that perhaps the biggest contribution to the club has made to the community is cultural advancement. The Fine Arts Week month lasted for 14 years and was responsible for bringing a greater appreciation of the arts to the community. Various artists and programs were brought to the community during this time, including stage productions, ballets, and even the Louisville Symphony. Most of these performances were held at the Browning Springs Middle School Auditorium, which was the only auditorium in our area. Through the years, the Women's Club donated several $1,000s to help maintain the Browning Springs Middle School Auditorium. They funded new carpeting, new curtains, new mirrors, and electrical updates as needed, and that's just to name a few. The Women's Club of Madisonville was one of the original supporters of the Auditorium Fund back in 1973, when the Community Improvement Foundation established the fund for the building of a new Fine Arts Center. The club's proceeds of $1,811.02 from the first charity ball in 1973 were the funds to get the ball rolling for the support of the project. Little did those ladies know back then in 1973 that this contribution would lead up to a wonderful facility where we are celebrating our 50th anniversary today. As you can see, the Women's Club of Madisonville has been an advocate for the arts in our community for many years. As we celebrate this milestone in our history tonight, we want to ensure this advocacy will continue with a special presentation
to the Madisonville Community College Foundation in support of the Glema Center for the Arts.
Hello. Each year it's an honor for the 22 members of the Community Contributions Committee to have the opportunity to take a budgeted amount of money from the proceeds of the fundraising efforts of the club members and to recommend to those members the distribution of these funds to nonprofit organizations within the community. Additionally, this year, upon direction from the executive board to commemorate the club's 50th anniversary, the committee was charged with recommending how to award 50-50-50, $5,050.50, and to spend that money. The committee overwhelmingly recommended to the club to award Dress Up The Glema to receive this monetary gift. Because of the club's rich history in providing for the many facets of the arts in the community, the club members overwhelmingly agreed it is indeed a fitting gift.
As treasurer, it is my privilege to present this check for $5,050.50 to the Madisonville Community College Foundation to be earmarked for Dress Up The Glema. Accepting the award will be board members. If I call your name, would you please come up and help us give this check? Steve Cox, Chairman of the Board. Brad Downhall, Director of the Glema Center for the Arts. Regina Scott, Director of Advancement. Don Fishman, Board Member. Ree Ashby, Board Member. And Steve Nance, Board Member.
Let me get one more real quick. All right.
On behalf of the College Foundation, I congratulate the Women's Club on their 50th year anniversary. Also congratulate Ms. Wagner and Ms. Florida. That's fantastic. We are very excited about the project of dressing up the Glema. We're right at 57% of our goal. So if you want to leave your billfold on the table, we'll honor that very much. Talking with Brad, the auditorium's been open more than 30 years, and he has estimated more than 1 million people have come through these doors. And in my opinion, it's probably been the most positive event gathering place in Hopkins County through all these years. And you can just think of all the children, all the grown-ups who have come through here and look at their careers, and it's because of what you all started. So again, thank you very much.
In 1978, the Penny Ryle Performing Arts Association sponsored a performance of Amal and the Night Visitor. The company provided the principal singers, but they required a local chorus. Ruth Carr Williams, beloved choral director at MNHHS, pulled a group of area alumni singers for that performance. And it was repeated again in 1979. They enjoyed singing together so much that they organized the Madisonville Community Ensemble. In the mid-1980s, after seeing a similar group in Evansville, they approached the Women's Club about co-producing a dinner musical. The Women's Club had long been champions of the arts in Madisonville, and it seemed a perfect fit. The first dinner musical, There's No Business Like Show Business, was held in 1985, and it was a rousing success. These dedicated musicians, under the direction of Ms. Williams, provided entertainment and fundraising opportunities for the club from 1985 to the year 2000. Through the 15 years of hosting the dinner musical, this perfect pairing of volunteers raised over $14,000. The major portion of the funds were placed back into our community. Tonight, we are more than excited to have 9 of those alumni volunteers entertain us tonight. They were Ms. Williams' students and friends, and we have asked them, and they have graciously accepted entertaining us tonight as we reminisce the wonderful partnership that has played such an important role in our club's history. We also would love for you to check out the board that's over by the piano, and there are pictures of this group from back in the day. We would like to welcome Alice Cheney, Janet Coram, Jane Hundley, Barbara Stoltz, Libby Solomonson, Rocky Gamblin, the Roberts brothers, Toby, Keith, and Kevin. Welcome, friends, and thank you.
Never thought my heart could be so young. I wanna go decide to roam.
I wanna go home.
Gonna take the sentimental journey
Back home.
Sentimental journey home. Pardon me, boy,
Is that the Chattanooga choo-choo? Track 29. Boy, you can give me a shot.
I can afford to board the Chattanooga choo-choo.
I got my fare and just a trifle to spare.
You leave the Pennsylvania station about 3:45. Read a magazine and then you hit Baltimore. Dinner in the diner, nothing could be finer than to have your hand in Jackson, Carolina. When you hear the whistle blowing into the bar, then you know that Tennessee is not very far. Shovel all the going, gotta keep it rolling. Ooh, Chattanooga, there you are. There's gonna be a certain party at the station.
Satin and lace. I used to call funny face.
Oh, she's gonna cry until I tell her that I'll never roll. So Chattanooga choo-choo, won't you choo-choo me home? It's the Saturday dance.
It's the Saturday dance.
Heard they crowded the floor.
They crowded the floor.
Couldn't bear it without you. Don't get around much anymore.
Thought I'd visit the club.
Thought I'd visit the club.
Got as far as the door.
Got as far as the door.
They have asked me about
About you. Don't get around much anymore. Oh, darling, I guess my mind's more at ease. But nevertheless, I stir up memories, inviting on dates. Might have gone, but what for? What for? Awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore. Pop-a-doo-ba-doo-pop. Pop-a-doo-ba-doo-pop. Couldn't bear it without you. Don't get around much anymore. Pop-a-doo-ba-doo-pop. Pop-a-doo-ba-doo-pop. They'd have asked me about you. Don't get around much anymore. Oh, darling, I guess my mind's more at ease. But nevertheless, I stir up memories, been invited on dates. Might have gone, but what for? What for? Awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore. I just can't bear it without you anymore.
The sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the people are gay. The corn tops ripe and the meadows in the bloom, while the birds make music all the day. The young folks roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By my hard times comes a knocking at thy door, and my old Kentucky home, good night. Oh, weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home far away. Weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home far away.
That was wonderful.
Next, we have the Honorable Kevin Cotton.
So we need to give them another round of applause. I'm honored to be here tonight. I'm honored to have been asked to be a part of this special celebration in our community. So to start the evening, Miss Davis was just discussing the studious abilities that Jack Whitfield and I had in high school. I'm sure that's how that conversation went, right?
Yes.
But the one thing that I learned in elementary school from Miss Coram is that my gift was not on that stage singing those songs. So thank you for showing what my talents were, Miss Coram. I do have tonight a joint proclamation. The one thing that I'm excited about in the position of being mayor is the relationship that I have with Judge Executive Jack Whitfield Jr. In Hopkins County. So I asked Jack if he would be willing to do this as a joint proclamation, and he immediately said yes. And I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that relationship that we have. The joint proclamation I want to read to you says, whereas on the 20th day of May 1969, the Women's Club of Madisonville was established with 55 members. Whereas the objective of the Women's Club of Madisonville is to promote friendship among the members, to take an active part in social welfare, civic, cultural, and educational advancement of the community, and to participate in the work of the Kentucky and General Federation of the Women's Clubs. And whereas the club is involved in many community service areas such as art, education, conservation, public issues, home life, and international outreach. And whereas for 50 years, the Women's Club of Madisonville has made a tremendous impact on our community through their many service projects such as Beards Park, the children's area at the public library, their support for veterans at the Western Kentucky Veterans Center, the Madisonville Walking Tour, the Holiday Home Tour, and Bikes Abloom, among many others. And now therefore be it resolved that we, Kevin Cotton, Mayor of the City of Madisonville, and Jack Whitfield, Judge Executive of Hopkins County, do hereby join our community as we celebrate the Women's Club of Madisonville's 50th anniversary, and commend the club for being a united band of women helping to improve the lives of those in the community through their volunteer service. So presented on this 20th day of May 2019 in Madisonville, Kentucky. Jack, would you like to come up? You get to hear me for just a little bit longer. I'm really excited about this next one because they have no clue that it's coming. But the impact that this person has had in our community will be lasting for years to come. This joint proclamation says that whereas on the 20th day of May 1969, the Women's Club of Madisonville was established with 55 members. Whereas Faye, Florida, was among the charter members and has maintained a continuous membership with the club for 50 years. And whereas Faye, Florida, has held numerous positions in the club, including serving as club president, and has been instrumental in the creation and implementation of many of the club's trademark service projects. And whereas members of the community and the Women's Club of Madisonville have made it known publicly that they recognize the hard work that Faye, Florida has unselfishly given to the Women's Club of our community. And now therefore be it resolved that we, Kevin Cotton, Mayor of the City of Madisonville, and Jack Whitfield, Judge Executive of Hopkins County, do hereby wish to recognize Faye, Florida for her tireless enthusiasm and commitment to serving this community, and commend her for the many contributions that she has made. So presented on this 20th day of May 2019. Ms. Faye, would you come forward? Jack, would you come forward?
I was given the opportunity to say something, and that's scary. I thank you all for coming and supporting our club. We love our community, and with events like this, it shows that you love us. And we appreciate your support always. This is such an honor, and as Kevin said, I had no idea. Had I been a member with as wise as I am now, 50 years ago, I could have been so much better. And I'm a little embarrassed that I've not done what I could have done had I known better. But we have great ladies leading the organization now. They're full of life and they make you want to work. So if some of you have a desire to be a part of a working group, we would welcome you into our club. But thank you all so much.
You all are so quiet. Oh my goodness. Congratulations, Faye. I'm so glad you were surprised. Okay. Anyway, I'm receiving your own proclamation. What an accomplishment. What an accomplishment. Our club's only 50-year member. We have 2 charter members here, but Faye has been in the club for the whole 50 years. You've seen a lot of women come through this club, haven't you? Yes. And by the way, the Fine Arts Center opened April 1990. It's in the book. Anyway, I wonder though, who of you present tonight will become the next 50-year member? Y'all knew I was gonna bring my suitcase. I'll just have to sit in here. And the journal. I'm gonna read the whole thing tonight, just kidding. Don't panic. Well, Club Women, we have been on a journey this year, haven't we? And celebrate our journey, 50 years. And hopefully y'all have gotten to see our boards that we've posted all through the club year. Thank you, Jenna, for developing those. Gail Evelyn printed those. And I hope I neglected to do this at our meeting last Tuesday, but thank you, Jenna, for creating the digital scrapbook for our club this year. And hopefully y'all have seen, she is so talented. So hopefully you've seen that as well. Wanted to make sure I thanked her for all of that hard work. So yes, celebrate our journey. 50 years has been our theme for this year. We are ending our celebration tonight with you all who've gathered here, and we are reminded of the many club women before us and our current club women who have led the way for the Women's Club of Madisonville to have made quite an impact on this community during its 50-year history. And all of a sudden, as I'm looking, I will have to tell you that Miss Connie Wells was the lady who invited me to be a member. I don't know if you remember that, Mrs. Connie, but yes, you were. Now, some of you are might thinking, oh my goodness, but anyway, she was, and here I am. We are leaving a legacy. As the club historian who has just completed writing the 50-year history of the club, I am in awe of this club and its club women and their dedication to volunteer service in this community. I remember being asked at an officers' retreat that I attended in 2013, and I'm not seeing this lady, I'm going to name her, you'll have to raise your hand. I don't know if you remember Dana, Mrs. Dana Brown. She had an officers' retreat in 2013 at the Marr Estate for the officers that summer. I was serving as club secretary at that time, and she asked us, what kind of legacy do we want to leave? What kind of legacy does the Women's Club of Madisonville want to leave? Well, what was so interesting as I was reading through many of the archives, and Mrs. Connie, I remember being in the club earlier during your presidency, and that group of women who were determined, and you, to get all those archives into black notebooks and in one location. Thank you, thank you, thank you that you did that, because writing the history would have been impossible without those being stored as many. There's only a few missing minutes, but you know, it's all good. So I came across the same question going back to Dana asking that. This was really interesting. Mrs. Barbie Hunt was serving as president in 2000, and at her first club meeting, September 2000, she asked the very same question. What kind of legacy do we want to leave? What kind of legacy does the Women's Club of Madisonville want to leave? Now, I think it's really interesting that we were at the Marr Estate and the connection that Mrs. Hunt has with that entire project. Just such a coincidence. Well, club women, I'm here to tell you the answer to that question. We have left a legacy in this community, and we can be very proud of the 50 years of service. Our legacy is here in this very place, as Kitty has just previously told you. Isn't that remarkable? Our legacy was in the South Main Street Library on the 2nd floor, known as the Children's Floor, and now in the library on East Center Street, in the children's area, in that mural. Isn't it just beautiful? Our legacy is being known as the helping hands of the community through our involvement with every age group throughout these 50 years. We were involved with a more mature population at the local nursing homes and senior citizen center by conducting one of our longest running service projects, bingo. Not just bingo, bingo, the game bingo, for 34 years. We have been involved with the very young and the unborn by helping to videotape and fingerprint around 1,475 children with the Child Ident program and by supporting the Door of Hope. We have been involved with veterans of all ages, as previously stated in our proclamation, not only at the Western Kentucky Veterans Center, but in our early years, we sent gifts and coupons, enough money for coupons, to the Veterans Hospital in Louisville. Our legacy also has been with victims of domestic violence through our contributions to Sanctuary Inc. and Elizabeth's House. And we've been involved with all ages of children in the community through our contributions to the Family Resource Centers, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, CASA, awarding scholarships in the early years, and we have even helped to make some happy feet. Our legacy is in helping to educate our club members on how to live a more healthy lifestyle by addressing women's health issues as well as safety and financial issues. We have encouraged our club women as well as our community to walk with the Walk Madisonville downtown walking tours. Our legacy is far-reaching as well through our various donations provided to our club women who have served on mission teams and have taken our supplies to people in poverty. Our legacy also is in the GFWC General Federation of Women's Clubs partnerships of Heifer International, Operation Smile, and Shot at Life. Our legacy is most visible by our involvement in helping to beautify our town. Right now, our legacy is in the blooming of the primroses. Our legacy is by creating Beards Park, the first green space in Madisonville. Our legacy is at the city park, at the very entrance of the city park, and along the Memorial Tree Walk, and our wonderful monument there to honor club women who have passed. Our legacy is at the Farmers Market Pavilion with the planting of flowers for the America in Bloom judges. And of course, what else have just been planted? But the bikes abloom. Thank you to the Conservation Committee for getting the bikes planted in time for our 50th celebration. For we are honoring tonight with this next award the very club woman who suggested that project to the club a couple of years ago. The Bikes Abloom project has received such a wonderful response from so many people in our community. For as you all know, the club plants around 17 bikes throughout the community, but there's a whole lot more. When you drive around Madisonville and Hopkins County, they're just all over the place, and they're blooming. This project has made a huge impact on our community, and we are so appreciative for Ms. Fay to come up with this brilliant idea. She is a legacy all her own. Let me share with you some of the roles in which she has served through these 50 years. Be happy. She served as vice president 1969 to 1970. She served as club president, as you've already been told, 1972 to 1974 and 1978 to 1980. She was the first clubwoman to serve as a district officer, as the 2nd District Vice Governor, 1975 to 1977. She has served as the club parliamentarian for 11 different 2-year terms. She knows her business. Okay? She chaired the membership committee 1970 to 1971, the Community Improvement Program CIP project 1975 to 1977, and the Finance Committee 1990 to 1992. She co-chaired, and most of the time when she co-chaired with Mrs. June Johnson, the Harvest Tour of Homes during October 1977, the Holiday Tour of Homes during December 1984, 1985, 1996. The Christmas Auction, 1985, 1986, 1987, 1989, 2008, and 2009. And the Hospitality Committee, 2006 to 2008. She has hosted the New Member Coffee in her home, 1983, 1994, 1995, 1998, and 2010. And she has been in charge of the home tour tickets since 2008, and she will hunt you down. You are going to sell those tickets. And she was selected as Volunteer of the Year in 1991. And so tonight, Ms. Fay, for your invaluable contributions to the club throughout these 50 years and the impact that you have had on all of us club women, we are presenting you with your very own award. An award that will be given each year to honor you and the impact that you have had on this club and community. You need to come forward and receive your award. We present to you the Bay Florida Community Impact Award, named in your honor and for your 50 years of dedication and service to this community and to the Women's Club of Madisonville. I'm so It says established in honor of her 50 years of service in the community and to the Women's Club of Madisonville, 1969 to 2019. Isn't that just marvelous, y'all?
And it has a bicycle.
And it has a bicycle. Y'all can't see it. It has a bicycle, it has little flowers. It's wonderful.
That's great.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Sorry, my notes got buried. Where did they go? Well, I must not be meant to say my notes. So, congratulations to everyone. Thank you for our distinguished guests being here tonight and our proclamations. We are honored that you came out this evening to support us through the years, your donations, your time, just your love and support, especially to our husbands who just grin and go, okay, sure, I'll be there, or I'll watch the kids, or whatever. So a huge thank you to you all as well. Please feel free to, if there's food back there, I see a few brownies maybe. Please feel free to get some more to drink and more food. Please go by and look at the different banners. I can't think of what they're called. But feel free to look at those and mingle amongst yourselves. But again, thank you. And thank you for our singers. That was such a joy. But we truly appreciate everything and that you all have done for us, and we look forward to 50 more years. Thank you.